Hi, welcome to this video on account mapper templates. I'll be showing you how to create a template, how to modify a template, and really discussing what templates are all about when you talk about account mapper. So I just have a few slides and then I'll jump right in the demo. So what are account mapper templates? Templates provide a user a great starting point to build out and maintain their plans based on your requirements, sales methodology, process, etc. So they allow you to present, for example, what is a generic account strategy? What's a 6-month plan? What's a 12-month plan? Lessons learned. You can provide that in the template along with what buttons the user is able to click on, what pages are able to access within their plan themselves. So I create a template and then users use the template to create their plans based on what type of account it may be. So here's some account mapper basics. There is no limit to the number of templates that can be created. You can have as many templates as you want. I would recommend having, the minimum needed. For example, acquisition account template, a named account, strategic, that type of templates. So again, limit the number, but you can have an unlimited number. And you can make some active and some not active. Again, templates can be created for different type of accounts, name, strategic, acquisition, etc. Templates can be modified at any time, but they will not remove or any way do away with the data information that are in current plans using that template. I can add buttons and tabs, but I won't take away any of the information, for example, in the 6-month plan or the 12-month plan or lessons learned. So you can make the modifications to the template. It will not really affect the downstream plans currently using that template. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump in Salesforce. I'm in Classic. I just find it easier to work in. That's just my preference. However, we are Lightning ready, and you can do the same inside of Lightning. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to click on the plus sign here, and I'm going to go into Account Mapper Templates. As you can see, I have some templates already, and I can clone those if I want to make modifications to those, or I can create a new one. For the sake of this video, I'm going to go ahead and create a new one. So I click on New, and I'm going to give it a name of video template. I can put number 1. Here I could put some account strategy. Again, this provides my users some basic information to get started with the template. It can be blank, or you can put information in. You can put bullets, italicize, underline, strike through, pictures, links. Really good if you want to be able to link some information to the user that they might want to be able to use inside of this type of plan. So I've got my account strategy, my 6-month plan, my value, or my 12-month plan, lessons learned, and value proposition. These labels can be changed depending upon the template. So one template they may be named something, and another template they be called something else. Active, this is very critical. So once I'm done creating my template, I made the modifications that I need to click this active. If I don't make it active, my users cannot see the template to be able to use inside of their accounts. So it's a great troubleshooting. Again, if they can't see it when they want to choose a template, make sure that it is active. Here I have my button configuration. This may be called a little different in your environment. You can create your own sections and call them what you really want. So I have my action plan button. This is an action plan is a very condensed account plan with the basic information you need to be successful. And we'll show you that when we get to the other video on the account plans themselves. Account playbook, very detailed document about the plan itself that you've created and the meetings you've had and what you've learned in the sales intelligence. Instant meeting allow you to create a meeting instantly and start taking or gathering this great sales intelligence using our meeting mapper application. Org map, self-explanatory. This is where I can create my org structure for the customer. Back to account will take me back into the account in Salesforce. Account score. This is the score of the account, the health of the account based on some different factors, and we'll go into that in the demo on account mappers. New meeting, I can schedule a meeting in the future using account map or meeting mapper. I can save the plan, notify my team. I want to be able to notify my team so we get a 360-degree view on what's going on inside of the account plan, and so I'm not creating it inside of a silo. Notify my manager. This allows me to notify my manager and say, please take a look at this plan. So I do have an account review. I understand what they're looking for, what I've missed, what I need to do, and it makes sure that everybody's involved inside of the account, especially if this is a strategic account and I really need some eyes on it. Tab configuration. This are the pages that I can go into in the plan. Some pages you put information from a pick list, for example, and some are just informational. So the account team is who on my team, or who from my organization is working inside of the account. Child accounts. Do I have any child accounts hanging off this parent or this account? Customer buying process. How does a customer, or what do they do when they buy a product? What are the steps that they go through? And then you can also align who at the customer is responsible for that particular process. Customer team, marketing, business development, notes. Take a quick note. I can even create a task out of a note inside of the plan. Red flags, what can happen inside of this account to jeopardize the success. I look at this almost as a devil's advocate type thing. From an account manager's perspective, I've identified things that can go wrong or make this account go south. So I've identified those and I create my mitigation plan. As a sales or manager, I look and say, okay, what happens if this? Have you identified if this happens, what are you going to do? What's your mitigation plan? So that's basically red flags. Account milestones are things or significant things that need to happen in this account to be successful. For example, schedule a roadmap. How often do you want to schedule that roadmap and things like that. Account timeline, visual perspective, how the people's personas change over time in the account using our meeting mapper application. Cases, if you use Salesforce Service Cloud and you're tracking cases, then you'd be able to look at all the cases related or all recent cases related to this account. Charts, these are revenue, pipeline charts, product charts over historical, past, present, and future. Competitors, what competitors have been identified in opportunities related to this account. Because remember, competitors are identified in opportunities in Salesforce, not in accounts. Customer initiatives. What is the customer going to do 6 months from now, 1 year from now? What are their initiatives and how can you drive revenue off their initiatives? An initiative allows you to create a milestone from an initiative and an opportunity. Again, we'll get into those when we go into account mappers themselves. Meetings that I've had linked to this account using Meeting Mapper and any opportunities that I have linked to this account. As you can tell right now, the default setting is everything is selected in the button and tab configuration. I'm going to go through and say, well, what do I want to show? Because the power of Strategy Mapper and these templates really allow you to do a phased deployment of the product. You don't want, I just want you to do these things right now and have access to these things right now. That's critical. And then as you build out and get more fluent with the product, then you can add buttons and tabs back into it. So I want to leave my action plan. Those are very helpful. Playbook, instant meeting, back to account score, new. So I'm going to keep all of these right now. So I think these are pretty good buttons, and I'm going to leave all those by default. The tab, not too worried about my account team right now. Not too much worried. Business development and marketing. Customer buying process, I'll get to that. Account milestones, timeline, not interested in that really. We're not using the cases, so I don't want to see those. But I want to keep these other things. So this will be presented inside of the template. Here is where I can change these labels. So I want to say a 6-month plan is actually called short term. And I can change all these, and it only affects this template and account plans using this template. Very critical because I can have different ones for even different type of customers. Charts, if I'm not using all the features of Strategy Mapper, I want to be able to hide some of the charts by default. All charts are visible in the scores. but you can hide those if you want. And you know, if you decide to go back and start using other features, you can uncheck it and then they will show up. So I'm going to hit save right now. So this allows me to, build out some of my plan. But there's other information that I want to be able to see inside of my plan. Since this is linked to an account, I want to bring over some information or view information in the details related to this account. Now, it can be custom fields that you created. It could be default fields within Salesforce. So I want to know, okay, what kind of account is it? The street, city, province. I might want to know what's their website, what industry are they in, some annual revenue, maybe the description. I can click all sorts of things and show it. I'm going to go ahead and save it. So now this will display in the account details page of the account plan. And there's other information that I want to see. If I have opportunities linked to this account, what do I want to see in my plan? So some very critical things are, I want to see, maybe the stage, the amount, and the close date, opportunity type, and next step. So when I look at this opportunity page in the account plan, I will see these things for each and every opportunity, whether they're open, closed, won, lost. So I'm going to go ahead and save that, and I'm going to go ahead and exit that. So now, setting up a lot of stuff for my template. There's some other things we can do. We can create what we call a checklist. It's optional. Every account plan does not need these. So a checklist, for example, initial demo and presentation. That's something that has to be done. And I can put some coaching advice in here. Right? And I can put other information in here if I wanted to. And I can put, okay, this is the first one. This is order number one that I need to do inside of here. And what happens now, this is presented inside of the plan, and it's basically a red, yellow, green color coding for where you're at, the status of this particular checkpoint. You can have as many checkpoints as you need inside of a template. So again, I've set my template up. I got my checklist. Got everything here. The only thing I haven't done is made it available to my users. So I can go in here and I can click on Edit, click on Active, and save it. And now when my users want to be able to create a plan using this template, it's available to them, and they can create their plan and really build some great strategy using this template. So if templates are very easy, again, you can have an unlimited number of templates. Really try to keep it down to the least needed to get it to be effective. Templates are great at being able to phase deployment out of Strategy Mapper. They are very easy to use, configure if you want to. If somebody's using a template and then you make that deactivate that template, they can still use that template. They will just not be able, they won't get any updates, of course, because it's not active, or will anybody else be able to use that template. So that's really all there is to Account Mapper templates. Thank you and have a